Well, it's been a crazy week. So my kids, sorry, I didn't shave this morning. My goodness. Anyway, my kids go back to school, and one of them was with me, and so we had a lot of craziness and a lot of plans changing and plans changing last minute, and so I did a lot more like drive-through fast food than is healthy. I mean, you can do occasionally as a treat and whatever, but you get like, oh, we're gonna have a really nice dinner. I've got it all planned out, and the world collapses around you. Um, Not the world, my little personal world. I know the world also is collapsing, which is something of concern. But I was worried, honestly, because I had that very bad week, and this week wasn't that great, but emotionally better, and activity better. Um, and I still had some control over it in terms of being able to plan meals and actually cook them at home instead of, oh my gosh, we don't have time to do all this. We better just go grab something at the drive-through, which is going to be greasy and high calorie and high salt and all that other stuff that fast food is, which makes it so yummy and delicious and so not good for you. Anyway, so I did my weigh-in, 532.0. So not a huge loss over the week, 1.2 pounds, but that's good because I was worried I had lost nothing and even potentially gained. So I started this journey on the 24th of June at 551 pounds. It is now the 26th of August, and I'm 532 pounds. So that means over 63 days, I've lost 19 pounds, which is 0.30 of a pound per day. Which I think, in terms of having a sustainable weight loss, I think that's a good number. Um, like I said, I'm trying to make this sustainable changes to how I eat. And I'm using the term how I eat on purpose. I mean, the technical term is diet. Anything that describes how you eat is your diet. But the word diet is like a not trigger word. That's a little bit exaggerated, but it's a word that carries a certain amount of baggage with it for people who have failed at diets. So, and even lifestyle change is starting to get that whole thing as well. But changing how I eat, how I think about how I eat, making sure I'm thinking about how I eat. I mean, a lot of the tips are useless, frankly. If you're the kind of person that can keep a food diary accurately and pull out your little notebook and write down every time you eat, how much you eat, how much the calories, and blah, blah, blah. If you're the kind of person that does that, more power to you. But you're probably in a tiny minority. And a lot of dieting tips sort of fall under that category. People, they may try starting it. I mean, and there are some apps now. I know somebody recommended an app to me, but then that person later gave up the app. So that's maybe a sign that the app isn't that good. But I know there are apps that help you with the tracking. But again, if you're the kind of person that can pull out your phone and go, okay, I'm having this right now, and I've got to put that into my daily log and push the button, and it tells me, how many calories I've eaten and how many calories I can eat, and gives me a little piece of advice. Are you sure you need those chips, Karen? Um, Again, if you're the kind of person that can do that, more power to you. If those kind of tools help, more power to you. For me, it's just really readjusting my brain, thinking about food in terms of, not like, oh boy, I want food, but thinking about food in terms of, what am I eating? Why am I eating? Should I be eating? You need to eat. Somebody pointed that out. They may have been going to Eaters Anonymous, Overeaters Anonymous, I think was where they were. And they said one of the big lessons is an alcoholic, a way to stop being an addict to alcohol or an addict to most things, is that you cut it completely out of your life. Sorry for shaking the table. An alcoholic, to properly deal with it through a program, swears off alcohol for the rest of their life. They can't take one sip for fear it will trigger them to go crazy and go back into the trouble. An overeater can't do that. An overeater can't swear off food for the rest. Well, I guess they can swear off food for the rest of their life because they'll simply starve to death and die. But you can't. You need food. Your body needs food. But think about what food does your body need? How much food does your body need? And don't punish yourself because, again, it won't last. I'm trying to make lasting changes. I need to make lasting changes. I said I needed to lose 300 pounds. So at 0.30 pounds per day, that's 1,000 days. Actually, I said 350. So whatever. 1,000, blah, 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 whatever. If I lose 300 pounds, I'm actually going to be quite happy. 350, I don't know. I do have a large frame. I know that sounds like a lie, but I grew up big, so my bones grew up big. I have a big rib cage, for example. So I'm never going to be a skinny man. I like to be a healthy man. I know I am not currently a healthy man. And I guess that's the best thing we can hope for anybody, is healthy. As healthy as you can get. If you have underlying problems that aren't easily solvable, that require medication, require surgery, require those other things, I hope that you can get them. I, for example, have a knee that really needs to be replaced. But because of my weight, they cannot do it. And it's understandable. It's not like, oh, we don't like fat people, you don't get no new knee. No, it's simply because the pressure put on the new knee, because of how the procedure worked, could simply literally split my shin bone. Because they cut off the old knee and they stick a metal knee that's got a post that goes down the middle of your shin bone, and let's put 500 pounds straight down on that. Not a good idea. So, like I said, I understand that. I at one point investigated bariatric surgery, and the surgeon explained a lot to me. He was a good guy. He really knew his stuff. He wanted me to lose 100 pounds before they would do the surgery. And I know what you're thinking. That seems weird. And that's kind of made me the decision that I'm not going to do the surgery. Because if I can lose 100 pounds, I can lose 200 pounds. If I can lose 200 pounds, I can lose 300 pounds. But his explanation was very simple, and it was based on reality. Is that this is your goal weight, right? And this is your starting weight. And he said, most people, like in terms of like long term, wind up halfway between their starting weight and their goal weight. So even if they get down really low, they bounce back. So let's just say I'm starting at 500 and my goal is 200. Well, halfway between so that's 500, 200, 300, blah, 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 is 350. And he says 350 is still too heavy. So he wanted me to lose 100 pounds so that we're starting to talk a bit under 300, which is maybe a little healthier and more manageable. So if you are looking at those kind of things, make sure you get very good answers. If it's right for you, it's right for you. I am no kind of weight loss guru. I'm just a fat guy who has failed in the past, who has had some measure of success and then fallen off the wagon, trying to find a road to a healthier weight, which in the end is going to be an overall health improvement. Like my haircut, by the way, it got too long. My daughter did it. She's not a trained professional by any way, but I think she did a pretty good job. It's just a simple, shorter cut. Stay tuned. I have my other daughter with me for a week. It's very confusing. Anyway, some events coming up. Hopefully some proper filming of activities and me moving around, and I don't know, maybe I'll wear a dress or something. No, I don't think I'll wear a dress because I don't own a dress. Nothing wrong with wearing a dress. I just don't have one. So keep following, like the video, share the video, please subscribe. Um, not getting a lot of views recently, and I will try to see what I can do to improve that. And if you could do your part as well, I'd appreciate it. So right now, it's August 26, 2021. The world is falling apart. People's lives are in danger. And hold them in your hearts. Don't hold them in your hearts with a political feeling. Just hold them in your hearts for safety and calm. Laying blame won't save lives.